This is the biggest giveaway we've ever had. How about that Makira 16 paired with a beautiful UC rail rod custom wrap by Z Custom Rods? We're going to pair those two items. That's worth over $1,500 for the first prize. We also have a rain shadow rail rod, which is absolutely beautiful. Tuna riot poppers and so much more. Contact Joe Zimmer at 310-918-1448. You can Venmo, you can Zelle, you can win. It's going to be a beautiful night, October the 13th, on Tackle Shop Confessions, when we're going to give all of that away. Make sure you get on board.
Nice job. Oh, John, way to go. There we go. Nice fish. Over the rail. Let's see that, Thomas. Woo, let's keep it going here, boys. Luca going to eat that sashimi or what? Give me 5, dude. Thank you. Nice job. And George. Horacio. The dog comes through. Our fish right there. Boys, nice. Horacio, good job. Bluefin on the boat. Nice going, Ariel.
Thank you.
Nice going on board here. David, way to go, buddy. Nice. Butt hook bait, 25-pound fluoro grade bluefin. Nice going, buddy. Another nice fish. Dog. With a gaff. Look at that. Way to go, Dan. Bent that hook up really good. Dave, way to go, buddy. Comes on board. Nice going, boy.
Lake Tanner. Nice going, Maui.
Gaff in it. Beautiful, gorgeous bluefin. Nice going, Michael. Just a perfect gaff. John, good job.
Please don't forget to support the Friedman Adventurers family members who make this all possible, like the taxman, Tim Marquez, and your garage door man, Joe Welker, who does a great job and gets rave reviews here at Friedman Adventures. Heating and or air conditioning needs, it's our dear friend John Lopez, and also the Island Spirit, Ventura Sport Fishing. You can't beat it. Chris Isaac and the El Patron out of Long Beach Sport Fishing, www.longbeachsportfishing.org. And if you have a leaky roof, then go visit my dear friend Brett at PelicanRoofSocal.com. They'll get out, get you fixed up so you can get out and catch some more fish on your next adventure. PelicanRoofSocal.com.
Get out of bed and wake up the kids, 'cause you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Fishing reports up and down the coast. Your Phil Friedman, your coffee-loving host. So much fishing intel, it feels like cheating when you tune into the morning briefing. Inshore, offshore, from the surf, bluefin, yellowtail, pod, surf, perch. They'll tell you where the fish are and what they're eating when you tune into the morning briefing. So give it a like and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified of all the fishing content coming your way. Friedman Adventures is here to make your fishing day. It's a morning briefing. Morning briefing.
Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. Man, is that gorgeous or what? about 24 hours from now, we're supposed to be getting some rain here. And further north, it's supposed to get pretty darn nasty early for a wintertime storm. But that's not going to cool down what's going on, because south of Point Loma, I saw some yellowfin tuna activity that's got me kind of excited, making me think that perhaps that tropical system that went through, Priscilla, pushed some warm water up here, and maybe we're on the verge of something good happening down that way. We'll check that out. We're going to look at the long-range situation. Of course, the big raffle is tonight. It's your last chance to win over $2,000 worth of tackle. It'll be given away tonight live on Tackle Shop Confessions right here at 6 p.m. tonight. Make sure you send Chuck a text right now if you'd like to get in and watch in the comfort of your own home. 310-918-1448. So much to talk about. Let's get into it. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. My goodness, is it a beautiful, absolutely gorgeously beautiful day here. Check that out, man. That sun coming up over the houses here in Surfside, California. That surf is looking pretty big here this morning. But man, I'll tell you, there are some really good signs. If you don't mind, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate all your great support. Make sure you share these videos everywhere and subscribe to the Freedman Adventures YouTube channel. Tick that rotten, filthy, disgusting little bell and you'll be notified when there is new content. And don't forget, you can find us over there on Facebook, on TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Let's give it the Tootsie Report and see what the water temperature is. Our scientific method of telling you that feels pretty darn warm here this morning. 67, 68 degrees maybe here on the beach. I'm probably all wet. Well, I am actually all wet this morning. Hey, got to take a moment. Steve Hooten is such a great Freedman Adventures family member. Check out his birthday cake celebrating 65 years. Steve comes out on our charters. He comes with an oxygen tank. He's so courageous. He fights these big tuna. He does a great job. He's so generous and brings so many snacks to our Freedman Adventures fishing trips. Steve, I want to send you all my love and a big hug and a happy birthday. Happy 65th birthday to Steve Hooten. Many of you know Steve. Hey, if you wanted to buy tickets in person, you don't want to Zelle or Venmo, Chuck, be at, of course, Island Fishing Tackle in Carson, California from, I want to say, 5 o'clock till about 7 o'clock today, and we'll be able to take care of you there. So 5 to 7 p.m. in person, you can buy a ticket. You can hang out and watch the entire Tackle Shop Confessions with us here this afternoon. Let's get into it with you. Hey, I got to tell you about Tom Durr. He's selling his 24-foot Grady White. She's in beautiful, beautiful shape. 1980 Grady White, 24 feet. If you're interested at all, give Tom a call at 310-877-1257. Long-range fishing, let's talk about it. Weather has calmed down. Things are really starting to look great on board the Royal Polaris. Everybody on board has at least one wahoo. They caught a lot of yellowfin tuna, a few big ones yesterday and some smaller ones, so they're doing good. The Independence is on the yellowfin tuna right now, so they just keep chugging out great trips. All the boats, you know, sometimes we don't get mentioned every single boat, but they're all catching a few Dorado, good yellowfin tuna, excellent yellowtail fishing, and the wahoo bite's been pretty good here recently. As previously mentioned, the Royal Polaris, everybody on board has at least one, and several have more than one, as our dear friend Valentino goes by here this morning. Such a great guy. Long range fishing, very, very good. That takes us down 70 miles down below the border to Ensenada. And I'll tell you, Victor from Blackfin Sport Fishing says, Phil, the bluefin are still biting down here, so they're doing really, really well. I have fished with Blackfin Sport Fishing. They do a fantastic job. You'd be wise to join them. There's also some yellowfin tuna sprinkled in there, an occasional Dorado, but the bluefin in the 10 to 30 pound class have been biting pretty well. There's some bigger fish also mixed with it, but it's predominantly that grade of fish. Mara Sport Fishing down there had a good day yesterday also, so the Ensenada fleet still doing fantastic south of the border. There's also inshore fishing going on. There's a few yellowtails still spread over a wide area down there. We see some good calico and sand bass fishing should you want to partake. And if you want to fish the cod bite has been absolutely phenomenal down there. So really great stuff going on, no doubt about it. All right, once again, we are going to get some weather. It sounds like it's going to get a little windy, but after that, it's going to be beautiful up in the Channel Islands. The wind goes away for several days after we get this rain tomorrow. We'll see just how much it is. We actually get very early for a wintertime storm. All right, bluefin tuna fishing up here in this neck of the woods. It is mixed, but it's overall pretty darn good. Max on the Pacific Voyager limiting out on bluefin tuna on his 3-day trip. Really great fishing for Max out of C4 Sport Fishing in San Diego. Vast majority of the fish 10 to 30 pounds. Plunker kind of bites for the most part. You got 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish going. That means choosing a good hot bait, changing that bait regularly, fishing 25-pound fluorocarbon and a smaller hook. If the intensity of the bite goes up to the point where you can throw heavier line at them, do it. But for the most part, you're going to have to fish hard. You're going to have to really take your time and choose a good hot bait. Few other scores for you. The Vendetta 2 with only 11 anglers, 18 bluefin tuna. Remember, 22 is limit, so nice hit there. They had 3 yellowfin and 3 yellowtail. The Oceanside 95 on a 2.5-day trip. 23 guys were on that trip. They had 26 bluefin, 6 yellowtail, 35 calico bass, 15 on the Bonito. So mixed scores. Some are pretty darn good and some are not all that great. It's just kind of been that way for the past several days. But are we starting to get that push of warm water? Is it getting ready to do something? You look at the San Diego out of C4 Sport Fishing in San Diego, and they've been looking at fish every single day, but the catching's been tough. Well, they changed that yesterday. They had 1 bluefin, but they had 25 yellowfin tuna. Best score we've seen in a long time for those guys that leave in the morning and come back that very same evening. That gives me a lot of hope for the future, and we'll have to wait and see how those boys do down there. Again, there's been other guys down there in that neck of the woods who've only caught a few fish, so I'm not ready to say, hey, game on, you know, Priscilla flushed all this warm water up, but that is a very good sign. 25-pound fluoro, a fly line bait, that seemed to be the best way to get it done. However, several fish were caught on Colt Sniper type lures, like 60 to 100 gram lures. Those were very, very effective. You don't want to be throwing a jig with anything less. I say 50. You can fish 40 if you like, but 50-pound, man, you want to throw jigs like that with heavier strength. That is a very good signal and sign. We are loving what we are seeing. Big raffle tonight, just a few hours away. A huge giveaway, over $2,000. Make sure you contact Chuck Zimmer because you could be the winner tonight. It would be great. It's a great way to show your support for Chuck and Friedman Adventures Z Custom Rods. I'm telling you right now, some really good stuff. All right, let's talk about what's going on at the islands down there at the Coronado Islands. There's quite a bit of yellowtail zooming around there right now, but most scores, I want to say, when a boat fishes the islands, anywhere from 0 to a dozen yellowtail with plenty of good rockfish to go along with it. Sheephead, whitefish, deep water cod if you wanted to fish that. There's a little bit of yellowtail, but not all that much now. San Clemente Island, those yellows are starting to play a little bit more. The El Dorado had 17 yellowtail. The Fury had 19 yellowtail. There's also some decent calico bass fishing at times. And if you dedicate yourself to the rockfish, you can do really, really well on the bottom grabbers. Again, it's deep water cod right now, so the quality is way up there. Pursuit, 22nd Street landing, a couple yellowtail at Catalina Island yesterday, while the El Patron got all over the big rockfish. Deep water fishing there at Catalina Island can be fantastic. And the El Patron goes every single day to Catalina Island. You're going to want to take advantage of that and jump on board with them by going to www.longbeachsportfishing.org. And remember that the weekday prices are reduced down to $125, so you can take advantage of that. Wow, what a day It is absolutely gorgeous right now. Channel Islands, we continue to catch good rockfish up there. The deep water cod fishing has been spectacular. Really good ling cod fishing, big reds, and so much more. But don't count out the surface bite from time to time. The island tack had limits of calico bass with a nice hit for them. They also had a white sea bass to go along with that. So nothing wrong with that kind of a score. It's mostly rockfish, but guys that want to fish calico bass, you know, there's an occasional hit on the halibut still up there in that area. We'll continue to watch it. Going to get that rain tomorrow, and then it's going to be beautiful weather for the rest of the week. So looking pretty darn good to me. Keep your eyes on it, especially the weather up there. That's what we really got to watch more than anything else. All right, we take a look. Also, I kind of skipped over it. I wanted to hit it and I missed it. Tanner Cortez, that's the same kind of a bluefin tuna bite out there. It's plunker bites like we just had on board the Amigo. A lot of fun, working hard at it. I just want to make sure that you know that there's fish south and then there's fish out to the west out there, Tanner Cortez Bank. Same kind of a situation. We'll go up to Avila Beach, Morro Bay. Good rockfish up there in that neck of the woods in San Francisco. We've got a mix of, if you can get offshore, you can catch plenty of rockfish up there. But if you fish inshore, landings like lovely Martha's Sport Fishing have been catching lots of striped bass inside and also some good halibut fishing for the boats out of San Francisco. They've been doing pretty darn well up there in that neck of the woods along the Southern California coast. Big score there on the Native Sun out of course, 22nd Street landing in San Pedro, California the other day, double digits on the halibut. I think they had 13 flatties, if I remember right, so that's pretty good. Elsewhere, it's mostly the deep water cod. And our dear friend John Ho, we love you, John. You're always bringing a smile to my face out there, enjoying the great outdoors. And in this case, catching lots of rockfish and sharing good times with friends on board. Of course, his favorite boat, the Dolphin. I love the Dolphin also, man. That crew, that boat, everything is absolutely fantastic. Similar kind of fishing up and down the coast, but there is that occasional halibut bite or a bass bite. You know, we saw the Victory the other day with some pretty good bass fishing, so you have a little bit of that. And as we mentioned, island tack, although at the islands, had that limits of calico bass and a white sea bass up there out of the Channel Islands. Redondo, Marina del Rey, mostly sculpin, whitefish, or deep water cod, depends on what they want to do. Beautiful, beautiful day, no doubt about it. Huge raffle tonight, don't forget about that. Now let's talk about what we got going on here in the Southern California surf. And of course, we've got some pretty darn good fishing going on at times. You know, up there in Ventura, our dear friend Jeff Perea, he had a great day yesterday. He had a 17-inch halibut, so 22 inches is legal. Of course, he returned it, but getting kind of close there. He had 4 walleye perch, 7 barred perch, including a beautiful 10-inch barred perch and a 9-inch barred perch. Way to go, Jeff, fishing up there around Ventura. Of course, if you're fishing here in the LA Orange County area, you want to go to your surf fishing headquarters, and that's Big Fish Bait and Tackle on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. They got all the bait you'll need for a successful outing in the SoCal surf. This also starting to pick up a little bit more, but still kind of plodding along. Nothing all that wide open. Down there at Huntington Beach, around the pier at Dog Beach, a few yellowfin croaker and a few corvina here at the tower at Anderson Street and Pacific Coast Highway. Yellowfin croaker and a couple of short halibut yesterday that I saw on a walk down that way. So we're seeing a little bit of that. A few halibut up there around Long Beach and yellowfin croaker up there in Redondo around Topaz and the Redondo Beach Pier. We've been seeing some pretty good corvina fishing, even better up there on the Manhattan and Hermosa Beach piers, and then maybe even a touch better for corvina up there in the El Segundo, El Porto area. I like that area best of all for the corvina right now. It's been pretty darn good up there in that neck of the woods. Hey, Rene de Leon, who is a fabulous dear friend, and of course he shows up for Lobster Chronicles. We're gonna have a great Lobster Chronicles on Wednesday. Him and Brian Sanchez were out and they had some great lobster hoop netting thanks to Promar Nets. Man, they had a great night. Wednesday night, we have another Lobster Chronicles, and Renee's going to be making lobster poke while Brian's going to make lobster ceviche, and they're going to do it live on air so you can learn how to make it and enjoy the feast kind of vicariously with us, but we'll be munching out on some lobster on Wednesday. That is going to be a lot of fun. Remember, if you need anything at all from Promar, it's promarahi.com. And if you put in FA at checkout, you'll save 15%. A great way to support here at Friedman Adventures. Calico Chris Rank from Colder Ice. Chris was fishing down there around Dana Point, and he ended up with his personal best calico bass, a 25-inch monster, 7.8 pounds. They were also hoop netting down there while on the point, and they ended up catching, I think, 30 or 40 lobster, 12 of which were keepers. That is some pretty darn good stuff, if you ask me. I am loving every bit of that. All right, my friends, man, I'm intrigued by that yellowfin. That rain shouldn't cool that water down there. I don't think we're going to get that rain that far south. It's going to manifest itself here after midnight tonight and earlier up there in the Channel Islands. Looks like, well, let's just put it this way, for a wintertime, late fall, early fall kind of storm, it's a pretty significant storm. I mean, we may get a couple of feet of snow up in the mountains here in SoCal, and it's pretty early to be experiencing that. All right, my friends, tonight, live Tackle Shop Confessions. We're giving it away, and you can be part of it. Make sure you give Chuck a call, send him a text, and then you can get signed up for our great giveaway this evening. It's going to be fantastic, and it's going to be so much fun to do that along with each and every one of you. Take care. Good signals. We'll be back with more, and I hope to see you really, really soon.